Good evening, everybody. How we doing?
Woo!
We are live right here on Isshinryu Today. This is our chat session. I want you to meet the crew. That's what we're doing today. We got Miss Rebecca Forrest, my lovely wife here. She's our co-host and does all the blasting out. She does the Isshinryu News, Isshinryu Today News on a different day, but we blast it out here too. But this is Miss Rebecca. She does the news and sets up all the shows. She does a great job in the back office. And we got some announcements tonight to make too. We kind of wanted to take a break from, the same monotonous stuff, and let's chat a little bit, get to meet the audience, talk to you, ask you guys if you got any questions. Feel free to ask. But this is Miss Rebecca, so everybody say hey to her. Hey, Miss Rebecca. Okay. Sitting to my left is my man Brian Hopkins,
Mr.
Master Hopkins. He's a student of mine, and actually my first black belt I ever promoted, and he is my uke on the show, and he does a great job. And so you may have some questions on what it's like to be an uke or things like that. That's fine. He's here to answer any questions. So we want you to get to know all of us because we feel like we're family here with you. This is your program, not ours. We're just here doing the stuff for you. And then I'm Master Kyle Forrest, and this is Isshinryu Today. But we've got a new addition to the program tonight. This is the best thing that happened to me today. I had a rough day at work, just working and doing my thing, and then I come in and I call my buddy. I call my buddy Will, the owner of the Axel Friction Skating Ring right here in Lexington, North Carolina. That does some awesome things, by the way, and we're going to give some shout outs to them too. Some things going on. But he said, I got a present for you. And so as one of our sponsors, this is a donation from him to Isshinryu Today. We want you to meet Grandmaster Axe right here on Isshinryu Today. He's making his first appearance on Isshinryu Today. Won't be his last. We love you, Grandmaster Axe. Thank you for sharing your time with us. Hope your kids loved it. Grandmaster Axe, he has now become our mascot, and we called him Grandmaster Axe, and he can really kick some axes. Grandmaster Axe is the man, so he's kicking axes right here on Isshinryu Today for you. And thank you, Will Yarborough at the Axel Friction Skating, Axe Throwing Cornhole Friction Skating Ring. Yeah, Axe Throwing Rings right here. This is the private room, actually. You can rent this room. If you have parties or anything, you'd like to rent this room.
Skating rinks on the other side.
It is available. We have security, so everything will be safe for you. You can have a good time, enjoy yourself, be around your own people, or you can socialize. If you walk right outside the doors, you'll see we've got cornhole, some more axe throwing lanes.
Oh, I didn't show them. I'm going to show them just
all that stuff going on outside the door, and we are getting ready to be moved.
You are getting moved just to see the
This
party
is the party
room
that we're sitting in, and this is where we're doing our live stream. And sometimes we teach classes in here, but
now
most
that
of the time,
door's extra.
yeah, you go out that door and
It's
that
dark
goes
in there,
into the
but
bar,
there it is.
cornhole. But now over on the other side of the wall is where we teach classes. That's in the skating ring part. Yes, we do have a skating ring, and there's some big things going on there this week in the skating ring. As soon as I get done floating,
Yeah.
You see that? Right?
That works.
All right. So over in the skating ring this week, I want everybody to pay attention. Listen, we have done something. Will has got something going on that's phenomenal for the children and great for the parents. So when he talked about this, I was like, man, that's an awesome idea. But you can actually, it's very affordable for your family. I don't know if you know how expensive childcare is. Right. It's very expensive. So what you can do is you can drop your child off at 6 a.m, and you can leave them here all day. We're going to feed them lunch. We're going to take care of them. We're going to skate. We're going to do games, all kind of things that they're just going to have a blast of a day. And it's going to save you money. It's not but $35 a day per child. Bring them to the Axel Friction and Skating Ring right here in Lexington, North Carolina, and sign those kids up. Bring them in here, and that may free up some time for you to go to work. It may save you some money to where you were paying child care for these next few weeks. We're doing it till all the way to the end of August, and save you some money for a couple of months, so you can put back for Christmas, or you can go on vacation, or do whatever you need to do, or pay bills. Me, I'd have to pay bills. So,
Maybe you want to get away from your kids for a couple hours.
and the cool part about it is they will be wore out in the evening. So they will be ready to eat
All
supper,
that skating.
go to bed, get up, and go back skating the next day. So what they do, we have skate camp. It's right here at the Axe Throwing, Cornhole, and Friction Skating Ring right here in Lexington, North Carolina. It's 280.
North Tower Boulevard.
So it's awesome. Never been there. I have social anxiety. Hey, Sarah, please come. We'd love to have you. I'll sit with you. There's nobody gonna mess with you or nothing. You'll be safe. And I know it's an anxiety, and sometimes that, a lot of people don't like to do the social things.
Yeah.
And that's cool too. That's why we kind of have an area here called the private area, and just it's the party room. It's kind of secluded. It's closed in, like Miss Rebecca was showing. And it's good to come and get out. We have video games in here, pool tables in here.
Absolutely.
And then if you like skating, it's dark over there and there's black lights, so you can kind of get lost in the dark and not have to worry about seeing a bunch of people.
And they do have security for that over there too as well.
Yeah, security all over the place.
Yeah, security on both sides.
We usually do a lot of the security. So,
But thank you for watching
hey,
the show.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Thank
But,
you very much.
And Sarah, say hello to Grandmaster Axe here. He's kicking some axes in our axe throwing building. So, but anyway, welcome to Isshinryu Today, folks. We want to come to you live tonight and just do a little chat with you tonight. Let you get to meet the staff. What a lot goes on behind the scenes. But I want to give a shout out. We must remember where we come from in order to know where we're going. And we're all about self-defense here and creating a safe environment for our whole community. And we're going to talk about some things we're doing in the community coming up next month.
Yes.
But our first shout out is going to go to, she said he's cute. So,
He is cute.
so thank you, Sarah. No, I'm just kidding. Talk about my snacks here. But our first shout out goes to our founder this evening, our founder of Isshinryu Karate, Tatsuo Shimabuku. Thank you for your sacrifice in our system, and thank you for your dream and sharing your culture with the American soldiers that come over to serve and protect our country. And, with them protecting our country, we want to protect and serve too. So we want to protect our heritage. Okay. So protect and preserve our heritage in which we come from. We must remember where we come from in order to know where we're going. So our first shout out goes to, thank you, Becca Dale. I appreciate it, Cousin Becca. We want to preserve our heritage in which we come from, but we also want to teach good self-defense and get this out here to our children. I'm going to tell you right here at Kyle's Isshinryu Academy, and it breaks my heart. It's sad that it's this way in society, but Tatsuo's dream has taught me a lot through my life, and we are the only guidance and leadership that some of these children have. Some of them even call us mom, dad, and pops, and whatever. But they call me sensei. But it's more than just sensei to me. It's I'm part of their lives, and we really make a difference here at Kyle's Isshinryu Academy. I know we pick and play, and that's what tonight's for. We're just gonna have a good time on the show. But I want to tell you a little bit about what we're about. So the Isshinryu Today program is just a broadcast in different areas where people may not get training. Some people may not have dojos close to their area, and they've taken a liking to the Isshinryu system. And that's what we want to do. We're going to kind of put it out there to let you get some kind of self-defense that you can defend yourself with. And if you watch our previous shows and subscribe and like them, you get our updated information, and you can see there's some good self-defense in there.
It's just all very basic too, so it's easy to follow along and pick up on it.
So then our second shout out goes to our first generation students. These are the guys that Tatsuo Shimabuku taught in the service, and then they pioneered Isshinryu back to the United States in a time that there wasn't karate, and they were young men and they just come out of war. So it was kind of hard to know how to do, karate, but not just how to do it, but how to teach it to get some other people to do it.
Right.
And what they were teaching, because, if you said Isshinryu, they'd be like, Where's that restaurant at? You know what I'm saying?
In a time where there really wasn't a lot of martial arts going on.
Yeah, well, karate wasn't even in existence here
right.
when they brought it back. So Don Nagel opened up the first Isshinryu dojo at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And then Harold Long at 29 Palms, California, until he got sent home. And then that was in Tennessee.
Yeah.
That was in Knoxville, Tennessee,
Knoxville,
at the Marine Reserve Center in Knoxville, Tennessee. So these guys pioneered it, and then they opened up schools. So I want to give a shout out to the first generation students. And we still have some that are still with us here today. And I'm going to tell you what, they are phenomenal. And it's great to have them. I've got to meet a couple of them. And I tell you, it's a true honor because you really set the precedence of what us third generation students should be like. You know what I'm saying?
It's really important to learn the history and things so you keep passing down for generations to come. So nothing gets left out.
Yeah.
History is really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it gives leadership, gives guidance, gives discipline, and it really helps to structure people's lifestyles, in a positive manner and gives them hope and confidence. So the next shout out I want to give out to is the ones that really spread Isshinryu throughout the United States. Now, this is the second generation students. Now, these guys were trained under the first generation students who was trained under Tatsuo. And my instructor happens to be one of them. And I hope he's watching tonight. Grandmaster Phil Little, I love you. He's got a birthday coming up, guys.
July 10th.
Birthday, Master Little.
He will be the big 7-0, and I'm so happy that I'm going to get to go see him on the 13th.
Me too.
And,
I'm going to drive down after work.
we're going to come see. We're going to come see my sensei, Hanshi Grandmaster Phil Little. He took his time out to train me. He took a chance on me, and I'm always indebted for that. And I want you to know, sir, that your legacy and your legend will live on through me as long as I live, and through them as well as long as they live.
You never see somebody with more passion for an art.
No.
That's it with my sensei.
Man, I'm telling you, he's amazing.
And if I may interject for a minute too, because I want to give a shout out to this generation because this guy has done more for me than anybody ever known. I mean, he's saved my life literally more than a few times.
Me too.
I went through quite a bit the last few years, and Isshinryu and my sensei has man, he's been the only one who's got me through a lot of really tough times. Guys, one of the worst times of my life. And that's important. And just the art of Isshinryu that he teaches me. It's he's like he said, he's been kind of more like a second father to me too, as well. So I'm eternally grateful, always.
It's a true honor. It's a true honor. I'm gonna tell you.
This guy, you talking about a gym, man. The way this guy teaches is second to none. I mean, this guy's unreal. If you don't know, you come out here and find out. He's a great sensei. Great sensei.
Yeah, you're shaking the camera.
Well, I
I
thank him for that, but I can't take credit for it because I can because I personally know Mr. Hopkins, but I had the best teacher in the world, and I still got the best teacher in the world. My teacher really took his time, not just to teach me karate, but he taught me all about life lessons and how to treat people. And I'm telling you,
he taught you well.
And if you got to take the I out of Isshinryu. You got to make it about others. That's what Tatsuo's dream is. That's its culture. It was about other people.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. We go through a lot of things in our life. We do. And we question, why do we go through these things? Well, some of these things you're going through, it's not for you. It's for how you go through this thing so that you can help somebody else that may not be as strong as you make it through it. So I've experienced things in my life and my experiences, and I made some wrong decisions. And making those wrong decisions, I can say, hey, look, don't make that decision. It's a wrong one.
Right.
If he's going through it. So sharing is caring. And I believe that all the way around. So anyway, we are accepting new students. Thank you for sharing with that. But so anyway, I want to go, hey, Sensei Watts. Hey, I got to see Sensei Watts this weekend. And
I missed you guys.
he started a school down at Holden Beach, North Carolina. It's Keon number 2.
Keon
got to-
too, baby.
Look, I got to meet these students, and they are wonderful. They're excited. They're great kids. Look, we trained outside. It was hot. It was like 100 and some degrees.
I know it was.
We went at it, brother. I mean, they worked out hard. Sensei Watts was standing there making sure that we was doing everything right, and he was being Sensei Watts. But it was great. Thank you for opening up your house and having me down, brother. I love you. And listen, guys, it's like I said, That's what he's done. He's went down there in an environment. He didn't know nobody down there. Nobody. He moved to the beach. He got out, and now he has people in his life that he's teaching karate to
Yes.
and helping them out.
Sharing the knowledge.
It's one whole family, and he's helping them out, and it's good for him. It's good for them. It's good for everybody, and I can't wait to see that school's gonna grow. I'm telling you,
Oh,
it's gonna
boy, I'm
grow.
Kids need
excited.
places like this these days, man. It's really important.
Yeah.
Especially even more so these days, man. There's nothing for kids to do. And
Yeah.
gets them off the street, gives them something positive to do with their life. You know?
Yeah.
So, you know.
And that's what it's about.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
anyway, that does all our shout outs. I'm gonna hush. We're gonna talk about some events that's going on. I've got a big announcement. A big announcement tonight for you guys and everybody in the listening broadcasting area and all across the world is I've got asked to, our school has been nominated for the top 20 dojos in the world by the AMAA, American Martial Arts Alliance. And we actually won the award, so we're going down in Charlotte. But not only are we going to receive an award, we're going to be structuring and running a tournament. And I'm going to tell you more about that here in a little
August 10th.
bit. August 10th. It's going to be in Charlotte, the American Martial Arts Alliance, AMAA. And I'll be running that tournament. Me and my staff will be running the tournament. So I guarantee you this, and we'll talk more about it in detail later on in the show. But first, I want to turn it over to my lovely wife, Miss Rebecca, and let her give the announcements that we have for different events that you may want to come to.
Yes.
Here in the next future.
Yay.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. I'm glad you're here. So tell your people, come on and watch. We're live, especially if they're into karate. It doesn't, right? You know, right now, if they're not Isshinryu, but if they're Isshinryu, then come on, because, you know, that's what the Isshinryu Today podcast is about sharing that knowledge of, you know, these different events that are coming up. Because like I said many times before, if these events are not getting shouted out, nobody's knowing about. I mean, there's been some tournaments in the past that I'm like, oh, well, heck, I didn't know that tournament was today. I would have liked to have gone to that tournament, but I didn't know anything about it. I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. So that's one reason why we're doing this show, not only for the self-defense aspect of it, but for the announcements to let everybody know. So yeah, the AMAA is going to be our banquet, our awards banquet, and all that stuff is going to be August 9th. And if I'm not mistaken, if I am correct, saying this correctly, but Isshinryu Today podcast has been given permission to go live, I believe, either for the tournament or for the awards banquet.
Yeah.
So that is awesome. So that means that we'll be able to go live on all these different platforms that we're live on right now, which, you know, don't forget, show us some love, give us some likes, follow, share, tell everybody just to join in, because we want as many people as we can to be able to watch this, especially from the YouTube. Hit that like, hit that bell notification so you can stay up to date on our future podcasts that are coming up. And let me see, we did say the AMAA. I do want to go ahead. I've got to pull this link back up. But for the AMAA, the tournament right now, you are able to, if you want to go and compete that Saturday morning at the AMAA Nationals, then you can go to www.who'swhointhemartialarts.com/AMAA-Nationals. You can go to that link, and I will end up sharing this again later. But you can go to that to register. And right now, come on and register. I'm going to register as soon as I get a chance, because I would like to compete that morning too, my lovelies. But yeah, right now, registration, you've got until July 25th, but I would suggest going ahead and doing it as soon as possible. That way you don't forget. You've already done it.
What's that link again? Say that link one more time.
That link
We can put it in the
is.
descriptions too. We can type it in.
Oh yeah, somebody could type it in down here.
Yeah.
It's actually HTTPS, but it's right here. But mainly www dot who's who. I don't know where our chat just went, but anyway.
Don't know. I'll let you fix that.
Hold on. Yeah, our chat thing just went weird on us, so
Well,
hang on a second.
That's why I don't do
The
that.
fun,
Yeah,
the
right.
fun, oh, there we go. The fun part of going live, my
Okay.
friends. The
That's
fun
why
part.
we got this real better.
Oh, hold
We don't
on.
have to deal with this stuff.
Fun part of going live. There we go. All right, it was HTTPS, and then you got to do the, was it semicolon, / / Well, it's 2 forward slashes. Oh my goodness. Oh no, hold on. There we go.
Okay.
Now it's www dot
www.
and then who's who. It's all put together in the martial arts.
Oh, this is together.
Yep. .com. It's / AMAA. Oh, sorry, I had my phone
Okay.
in the way.
.com.
/ AMAA hyphen up here. Nationals.
Nationals.
Yeah. So yeah,
I just put the link in the comment, guys.
yeah, he's got the link in the comment. You can just copy that, paste it into your browser, find this. I mean, this is going to be exciting. We have not only Bill Superfoot Wallace is going to be there that day, but we're going to have Cynthia Rothrock that's going to be there that day. And that's exciting because I would really love to meet her.
Well, I think when I was talking to Grandmaster Bowen,
Yes. Thank
tournament.
you, Grandmaster Bowen.
Jesse Bowen is putting this on, and he's the founder of the Who's in martial arts, and it's a great legendary thing. He's got a book. Miss Rebecca's in the book, by the way. Congratulations. She's going to be in the Who's Who of martial arts book,
The 10th
Legacy,
anniversary.
10th anniversary legacy, and but Cynthia Rothrock and Bill Wallace will be presenting the grand championships at our tournament. So
Oh boy.
I wanted you to know, if you're really serious about competing, it's going to be great competition. It's going to be world-class ran. I'm going to talk about a little bit of that in a little bit, but we've got him Master Bowen has talked to them too, and they've agreed to pass out the
That's
grand
awesome.
championship awards at the tournament. So that will be great. And get your
So
picture
if you
made.
want to make it, to the grand champion so that you can meet them in person, you better start training hard now so you can get there, because I'm coming up in first place, so I'm a coming. So look out. I want to stand there too. But
that would be awesome.
yes. But as of right quick, this Saturday coming up, the 22nd, we've got the Hatchers Martial Arts Dojo. They're having a seminar with Mr. Bill Superfoot Wallace. The location will be 1403 East Broadway Avenue, Maryville, Tennessee. You can go to the okuinc.com for more information and how to register for that. There's going to be a lot of links too, so probably if you're going to do that. But that will be the 22nd. As far as I know, they're not filled up yet, and you can still register. So head on over there if you want to do that. Let me get my phone.
Yes, Cherokee Survival. She is from Tennessee. Yeah, good. You right. Well called that one. She is from Tennessee. That's where
Oh,
she
me?
was born. Yeah, Chattanooga, right?
Oh, well, I went to high school in Harrison, Tennessee, which was Chattanooga Central High School. So if there's any of my peeps that's watching this from Chattanooga Central High, I miss you guys. I haven't seen y'all since 1990. Oops, giving away my age. But yeah, we like Tennessee. We like Tennessee. Go Vols.
Is there a Masters division in the tournament?
I do believe so. Yes.
Yes, Master
yes.
Kiko, there is.
Hi, Mr. Kiko. Yes,
How you
there
doing,
is.
buddy? Yes, there is. And
I believe it's 35 and up.
he is going to be helping too at the tournament.
Yes.
We're
I get
excited
to see
about
Mr.
having that.
Kiko.
we're going to be doing a great job running this tournament.
Absolutely.
And we're going
Yes.
to talk about that in a little bit. So I'm glad to see him on here. But yeah, there is a Masters division.
It's 35 and up. So,
And Pete, if you win, I'll tell you what, if you win grand champion, I'll have my picture made with you.
I want a picture made too.
But not Bill Silverberg Wallace.
But yes, thank you
I'm
for
Kyle
everybody.
from both parts.
Yeah.
But thank you for everybody. Thank everybody that's coming in and making comments and asking questions and stuff, because if you don't ask questions, you're never going to know. So thank you guys for doing that. July 13th, I know I'm probably going to butcher this. I'm sorry, guys. I do it every week. But July 13th is going to be the
Kazaku-kan
Yeah, it's the
Dojo.
Aisan Dojo.
Kagaku-san Dojo.
Yeah, it's their first annual, what he said. It's the first annual summer open traditional martial arts tournament. It's online register only. You can look up in the Facebook events and you can find that name, that certain dojo name. It'll be located at 228 Bridge Street, New Cumberland, PA, at the Brahman United Methodist Church. That is their first annual. Show them some love. Get on up there and compete. So that would be fun. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it this time due to my job, but I wish I could.
And
So
that's
I was
where's that
planning on
now?
going.
That's at
That is in New Cumberland, PA.
Pennsylvania. Okay.
Yes, Pennsylvania.
Uh,
Let's see. So August, I got a whole bunch, but I'm going to try
the
not
next
to.
one.
Yeah, I know it's.
It's on this side too.
Yeah, well, I've got two
This one.
technically.
This is going to be a good one here too.
So for August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, it's a three-day event. Seminars for those 3 days. It's the TOKA, Traditional Okinawan Karate Association. They're having their summer seminar at Norma Dan Motel in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Location will be 3864 Parkway, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. There are a lot of different instructors that's going to be teaching a lot of different things. And like I said, the last week I have lost my other paper that had some more information on that. But I would check in the Facebook events and see if that is in there. I'm pretty sure it is. But yes, I've lost my paper. I do apologize for that.
Yeah, that would be the Circle Master, I believe.
That will be August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Mhm.
So, and then August 3rd in Dillsburg, PA will be the Camp Hovey Con. So that will be by Hanshi Carl Hovey and hosted by the Dillsburg Karate Academy. Online registration only. Link to register is in the Facebook event page. You just look up Camp Hovey Con. It's Camp HOVEY-KAN.
And I taught there last year, and that's a great.
Oh, that's
a
fun.
great
Yes,
seminar.
we enjoyed ourselves last year.
I think Master Ronnie Cimarosi will be teaching there this year. He'll be
Yes.
teaching there this year too. So
Yes,
I'd like to go myself. I think I'm going to go to that one so
we
I
are
can see him.
we are scheduled to go to that one. So
Okay.
got a motel room set up for that. So we're planning on going to that one. August 17th, the Isaacs Martial Arts with Miss Erica Smith. If you're watching, Miss Erica Smith, we love you.
So this
They-
Grandmaster Alex.
Yeah, so does he. He loves everybody right now. He's learning to love everybody. They are having their summer camp seminar with Professor Rick Moneymaker and Professor Michael Patrick, the instructors. It will be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. They have a cash at the door, or you can go to thedragonsociety.com and register online that way. It will be at 1808 Anthony Road, Suite 109, Burlington, North Carolina. Sounds like a fun event. So if you can make it on August 17th, show them some love too, because we love Miss Erica. And September 14th, we have two. We have two events on September 14th.
Coming up.
September 14th, Circle of Masters, hosted by Grandmaster Phil. Anderson, South Carolina. It will be located at 201 East Reed Road, Anderson, South Carolina. as soon as we find out, as far as if it's pay at the door, pay on the line.
It will be, right now, you can register, for the tournament.
Okay.
Send me your message. Let me know that you're coming. It will be a discounted rate for the USIKA members if you are a member. If you're not, then I think it's like $5 more. But you can register with me online. That way I can reserve your spot on the floor because it's filling up. And we got some great presenters that's going to be there. And
I think Mr. Cimarosi is going to be there too, isn't he?
Ronnie Cimarosi will be
We
there.
love him too.
And
His Wawa coffee.
Darren's going to present. We got Kurt, we got Hunchy Phil Little, Scott Chamberlain. We've got some people that are going to just blow your mind
Oh my goodness.
at the Circle of Masters this year. We've got an awesome lineup. Guys, look, next week, just be watching this week. Actually, this week. Watch this week for this weekend coming up. Just kind of keep an eye on the social media site. I will be sharing the flyer and the registrations and all the information that you need for Circle of Masters. But if you want to get on the list, you better get on the list now.
Get on the list, man.
It's going to be affordable,
And
and it's going to fill up quick with the lineup that we've got and the people we coming from all over. We've got a representative, I think, from all four
lineages.
Yeah, so
That'd be awesome,
we've
guys.
got,
Be awesome, guys. Don't want to miss
the
out on
Harold
that.
Long lineage, the Don Nagel lineage, the Harold Mitchum lineage, Steve Armstrong lineage. We've got somebody from all of those that are going to be there.
How rare is that? That's
And-
something you don't want to miss out on.
Look, we're doing a special stuff this year. We've got a question and answer thing where we're going to have some historical people there that you can ask them questions.
Yeah.
We're going to have a display of weapons. This day is going to be phenomenal. I'm telling you, we're going all out on it this year. So Circle of Masters, September 14th.
Don't want to miss that.
Aisle 1C's there. I can't wait to say hey.
I'm
So
going to be there.
please come and see us.
Absolutely.
Yes, as far as the Circle of Master goes, they have seminars during the first part of the day. Second part of the day, we get to split up in teams. A red team goes against the blue team, and we have a fun tournament. And we're going to see which team wins again this year. And for anybody who sponsored me for the AMAA, the 10th anniversary legacy biography book that's actually going to be launched out this August 9th and 10th, when you guys get your books, guys and ladies, because I know Miss Margie got her a book, and I love you, Miss Margie, and thank you for your support. Thank you for all the supporters that I have right now.
Hey, I got a book too.
Yes, but bring those books. Bring your books to the Circle of Masters, because I would love to personally autograph your book, because I need that book. Yes.
Can I get your autograph?
Yes, you can always
What
have
about
my autograph.
Grandmaster Act?
Oh, he can always have my autograph. I like
Mr.
it.
Hopkins?
Of course, Mr. Hopkins. He's my brother, so yeah, he's my brother, so he can definitely have that. Okay, so last announcement for me, right quick, is September 14th, Circle of Masters, but we're also having a War Eagle Invitational Karate and Kung Fu Championship. This is by Mr. Travis Henson. This right here.
Great guy.
I have scanned this. Oops. There we go. I have scanned this in the Isshinryu Today Podcast Facebook group. So all you got to do is click on that, download it to your computer, or however you can do it, and you can print it out.
Yes.
Radio color, but let's see here.
I love it.
I'm gonna let that shark get you next time. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't really do that. But no, seriously, I scanned this into the podcast group on Facebook, and you can, like I said, you can download it to your computer or whatever. That way you can print it out. That way you'll have the registration form. It's going to be located in Mocksville, North Carolina. The start time is 9:30. Cash only day of event. You can pre-register, which would be filling this out and sending this to the address that's stated in this
Yeah, if you need some of those,
flyer.
send me a message
Yes.
and I'll get those mailed out to you, whatever you need. I'll help you with that too. So.
But as of right now, radio is done. So back to you.
Back to you.
Mr.
All right, so let's talk about a few things as far as the AMAA Nationals that's coming up in Charlotte, North Carolina. There will be seminars going on by different people. Cynthia Ross, Rob, like I said, Bill Superfoot Wallace. They'll be doing seminars on Saturday, immediately following the tournament.
Yes.
So we want to get this tournament run pretty good. Now, what that does is, if you register for this tournament, that gives you an opportunity to be able to go to the banquet that evening. And also, it's not a free pass, but you can buy your banquet tickets there, because that way you can be a part of the award ceremony. Right. So when you go to tournaments, I want you to think about some things. When I was talking to Grandmaster Bowen about tournaments, we see a lot of different things that happens at tournaments. There might be, some people might feel like they got unfair judging. They might feel like that it was kind of chaotic. It wasn't very well organized and stuff. Well, we didn't want that to happen at this tournament. What we're doing, and I just want to tell you how we're structuring this thing, is I've talked to some people, and I've talked to Master Kiko, and I've talked to some other people, talked to my sensei, I've talked to some other people, and we wanted to structure, talking to Grandmaster Jesse Bowen, we wanted to structure a first class tournament for first class competitors or any competitors, but it's going to be a first class ran tournament. What I mean by that is we're going to take the time to assign rings so that your child or your student is in that same ring for all the events that they're going to do. And that's less chaotic for a lot of reasons. Number one is, that if you're a parent, that your child is going to be in ring one, then they're going to be in ring one and stay in ring one until they're done. So we're going to do kata, weapons, and kumite back to back to back until that division's done. So we're going to run the whole division. We're not going to have them come back and do maybe do weapons and then have the whole weapons. We're going to do their weapons, their kata, and their kumite right then. Their division's done. So at a difference, and it'll be a specific time slot too. So the parents can say, well, I don't want to sit up there all day and have to wait for kumite. We're trying to eliminate that. So what we're going to do is, just for example, right now, it may be 8 to 9. The 5 to 7-year-olds will be doing kata, weapons, and kumite. At 9 o'clock, they're done, and you still have the Saturdays to enjoy some of the other events that's going on during that day. Absolutely. And then the next people can come in and take over ring one for the next division, and keep this going on and on and on, so that the tournament runs smoothly. So we've got 6 rings, and what we're going to do is we're going to assign center judges for each one of those 6 rings, and that will be the same center judges for the whole day till all the divisions are done. And so we kind of kept the rules pretty simple, so that it would be, the simpler the better, and the better that there's less confusion, so people don't understand.
What about people wandering off and
be called back up to something else? It's going to be fair for everybody. So we're going to assign center judges that have ran rings before, and those center judges and all the other judges, the corner judges, we're all going to meet on a meeting like we're meeting now, to where their faces will be popped up. We're going to meet, and we're going to talk and discuss the rules and how things should be ran. That way, when we get to the tournament, they know exactly what we're looking for. And I'll be an arbitrator. I'm going to be running it. So I'll be there if you do run into a problem, because you're going to run into problems. Right. Not only that, once we get our judges selected and we get our judges set up and go over the rules with them, we're going to continue to meet with them up until the day of the tournament. That way, everything's going to run smoothly. Everybody's on the same page. We got all the what ifs out of there and everything, where everybody feels comfortable. So it'll run very smoothly. Not only that, our next meeting will be with our scorekeepers. We will go ahead and select our scorekeepers. We will go over how to keep score, how to tally the scores, how to write it down, place score, what division to call, what they're supposed to do, calling out scores. We will be going and having a scorekeepers meeting and training them. If they've never done it before, that's great. And if you'd like to learn how to do it, this would be the great show for you to be on. It won't be public, it'll be private, so we can train you on how to keep score.
Right.
Because sometimes that's just a mishap, and that takes up a lot of time when you got to go back and re-add score.
Right.
So we will be doing underbelts. If you're under a black belt, so that means any belt that's under a black belt, white to brown or whatever ranking system or color system that you have. If you're not considered a black belt, then the under black belts, we will be judging from 5 to 7 using 2 decimal points. Okay. And when you're doing your kata or your weapons kata, will be judged the same. You are allowed 1 restart. If you have to restart your kata, if you're an underbelt, then you will receive the lowest score that you possibly could. For example, I get up there and I get halfway through my weapons kata, I forget it, and then I have to restart it. So we're going to judge you. If the score is 5 to 7, you will get 5s all the way across the board. You know what I'm saying? 5.00 all the way across the board, and that's fair. Okay, so that way they do get a score. And it depends on how many competitors. If there's 1 competitor, if there's 2 competitors, then we're not going to give them a 5. We're going to give them a lower score than the other person if they make it all the way to their kata. But we're not going to degrade them by saying, well, he got 7s and I got 5s.
Right.
No, we're going to keep it close so that the student feels good, and we're going to help them.
And most of the time it is pretty close anyway.
And but if you're a black belt, you're not allowed any restarts. Okay, and if you drop your weapon, you're disqualified. Those are 2 simple rules. You don't get a restart. However, you will receive a score. You will be called back up for scoring, and you will get the lowest score. So theirs will be 6 to 8, and it will be 2 decimal places. 6 point, you know what I'm saying? 6 point, 6 point, all the way up to 8. So 6 to 8. Okay. Right. Once all the divisions are done with kata and kumite, and I mean not kumite, but the weapons and the kata, then you stay for your division. Bring your gear to the ring with you, because you will be immediately going to kumite. If you are an underbelt and you will be going into the kumite, fighting, sparring, matching, whatever you call it, is where you engage in a point competition thing. It will be point fighting. We will allow contact to the headgear, but none to the face. There will be 1 warning to the face. The second warning, you're disqualified. We're not giving the other person a point. We're disqualifying you. Okay. If you draw blood, it's automatic disqualification. No kicks below the waist. This is a rule that we discuss because there'll be probably some open fighters there. And I know Isshinryu allows a kick to the groin. Yeah. We won't allow that. So it'll just be the torso and the head. Okay. No neck, nothing stupid, no forearms, no knees.
Sorry, Isshinryu guys.
Yeah, I know. But it will be, you have to make light contact to score a point, but you have to make contact to score a point. Absolutely. They will fight to 3. All fights will go to 3. Okay. And there's only 2 calls that you're going to make. It's either a point or it's nothing. Right. That's it. Right. Okay. That's it. Now the center ref will have the center ref in the 2 corners. It has to be a majority for it to be a warning, which means a violation. And the violation, you get 1 warning. The next one, you are disqualified. So we want to keep it clean. We want to keep it safe in the month, but we want to keep it understood too. So it's not a bunch of confusing rules. I kick you to the head, you get 5 points. I kick you to well, it's going to be 1 point for every technique. Yep. And underbelts will go to 3. Black belts will go to 5. Yep. Same rules apply. Same rules apply.
Very basic. Keeps it simple.
And then now for grand championship in kata and weapons, we will take the center judges from each ring and put them in our grand championship, so that you have all the center judges so you'll have 5 judges in all the rest of the rings. During the regular division, you will have 3 divisions. Black belts will have 3 judges. The black belts will have 5 judges. Okay. So all center refs will be a certain rank or higher that have ran rings before. Just because they're high ranking doesn't mean that they've ran a tournament before, ran rings. So what we're doing is we're recruiting people that we know that have run tournaments, that we know that's going to keep it fair for your students. So if you want a good, fair, first-class tournament, come to the AMAA Nationals in Charlotte on August 10th and get your spot reserved now, because there is no pay at the door. We're not doing any pay at the door. We're not doing none of that. You have to register, and we're setting up these divisions and your time slots. Look for your email from Grandmaster Bowen or myself. Look for your email or Kiko, or look for your emails in this so that you will know what time your division is starting. We will start at 8 o'clock that morning. That's 9 o'clock is when the event starts, but we will be starting at 8 o'clock and we will be running this thing. So if you show up at 9:01 or 8:00 something, your division's called. You show up late, you don't compete. Okay. So make sure you get your registration in. And we're going to run this thing strict. We're going to run it good. We're going to run it smooth. And then we're going to enjoy the seminar and the banquet, the meal. Everything is going to be great. And it's at the Hilton in Charlotte. And we can't wait to see you there. And that's
Hilton Charlotte
Good
Hotel.
day, guys.
so. I want to talk about some of the things that you may see or you may have experienced that give you a bad taste in your mouth about tournaments. Okay. And here's one thing that I'll bring to attention, and we can discuss this a little bit.
All right.
It happens more so, I think it happens more so in Kumite, just my opinion. I think it happens a lot in Kumite because you'll get a center judge, you'll go to a black belt meeting, the center judge will get in there and say, well, I'm running this ring, we're going to run it this way. Well, it's not your tournament. I hate to tell you that. And I don't mean that in any disrespect. But whether you agree with their rules or whether you don't agree with their rules, those are their tournament and their rules. If they say you cannot hit to a certain area, then they don't want you saying, well, I'm running this ring, I'm going to allow it. No, that's disrespectful.
Absolutely.
If they say no head contact, whether I agree with no head contact or I don't agree with head
You got to
contact,
enforce the rules.
I'm going to enforce the rule that there is no head contact.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I've experienced at a tournament. Also, I've experienced this at the tournament where, a person may throw a kick and score 1 point, and then halfway through the match, they'll stop it and say, no, kicks are worth 2 points.
Right.
And this person has lost because their kick only counted 1 at the time.
Right.
And now they're counting 2.
Yeah.
So keep it at 1 point.
They change the rules as they went along sometimes. So that's definitely something you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
One thing I see is no matter how many, if you got the center judge and, three other judges or however many, and it goes back to Kumite. When they call break and like you might have 2 guys that might go ahead and already call their point. And other guys won't call enough until they see you call and they'll either agree with you or
you can't.
And you can't do that.
You can't recognize that point.
Right.
When he says call, you got to go one direction or nothing.
Yeah.
But this no C is a call. A lot of people get out of it. They'll throw a no C. Well, that's a call. A block's a call.
Right.
So the majority of the calls wins, but you can't wait to see what the other guy's throwing.
You didn't see it, you didn't see it
when you call.
But
be fair. If
fair.
you don't get your hand up in time, then don't make a call at all.
If you
Just
don't
don't make a call.
Don't make a call if you didn't see it.
Yeah.
Well, I got
Don't just go along with the other judges because you think they got it right. The other judges might get it wrong. So don't just follow along with them.
Yeah.
If you didn't see it, you didn't see it.
Yeah, I got a comment on that one too. I mean, so if as far as Kumite goes, with the center judge that's doing, telling the fighters to fight, judges ready, fighters ready. When you guys end up calling break, I know from experience, being a judge during Kumite and stuff that the center guy has his back turned one way and he already knows that there's 2 judges in front. Please recognize the 2 that's in the back.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because I've accidentally had that before. I go ahead and make my call that way. That way everybody sees that I made a call because that's what we're supposed to do, right? But the judge never turned around to say, oh, okay, you made a call that way. Well, that's so many calls. So, just, don't forget the guy or the girl in the back.
Take the time to recognize it.
I mean, it's exciting and everybody's hyped up and it's exciting and probably is easy to kind of forget somebody that's in the back corner, but please don't forget them in the back corner because it makes you feel kind of left out.
And another thing, should have done this in the beginning, but going back to kata, now that she says recognize every call.
Yes,
Listen, if you're judging kata and you don't know how to score, please don't do this. Just do not copy this guy's score.
Right.
That's what he saw, and that's the points that he gave in the kata. You don't need two judges giving the same score.
Right.
I mean, it's going to happen. I may give a 6.55 and he may give a 6.55, but I don't want to copy that from his thing. Okay. Now, here's the thing. If it's hey, here's our sponsor right here.
I just interrupt and say how much I love this. And not only that, but everybody watching, I'm glad to see that Kyle's not beating Hoppy up.
He's going to get a break sometimes.
While you're here, real quick, we're talking about different things going on. Can you give a little bit more information on the skate camp? We have been backing that thing out.
Skate camp is 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. You can drop your kid off at any time during the day, pick them up anytime. I just knocked him over.
He's good on the ground too.
Right. So if you're dropping them off for camp all day, it's $35 per day. We will feed them lunch. If you don't want to bring them for the whole day, if you're out and you're just running errands and you need a couple hours break because your head's pounding because your child's screaming, then bring them all out.
That's what I said.
It is a 2-hour minimum at that, but it's $5 per hour, $10. You can drop the kid off for a couple hours and go out and run your errands and not have any interruptions.
You can't beat that. The way expensive as child care is now, people,
Absolutely.
that is a deal of a steal or a
So
steal.
if you bring them every day of the week, you're $175 a week.
Yeah, that's
And
unheard of.
your kids, so they're playing video.
They get lunch.
Yeah, we got a whole day full of fun up here, guys. It's a good environment. Really good.
It's secure. They're safe. They're going to have
Absolutely.
fun. The best part about it is, listen real close. Lean in close to the screen. The best part about this is they will be tired and go to sleep when you get home.
All right,
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Mr. Will's got a real
Mr.
good
Will
crew
here is
here
one
when
of
it comes to that. So, and the kids
One
aren't
of our
allowed to go.
sponsors
The kids aren't allowed to go run around outside during the day and stuff. They stay on the inside until you, the parents or guardians, come and get them. Which is the same way we run. Who's watching, Will? Which is the same way Isshinryu Academy is here when we have our classes over there. Parents can either stay the whole time with their kids or they can drop their kids off. Their kids are not allowed outside until the parents or guardians come back inside and pick them up because your safety matters to us. And that's one of our main mottos for kiosk.
So switching gears back to the kata score, back to the kata score. This is important.
Yes.
If you're judging kata and you're judging, these competitors, okay? It don't take but 1/10 of a point to separate from first or second.
Right, absolutely.
So don't crush the children.
Don't cheat somebody out of a school.
Yeah,
Yes.
don't crush the children by going, okay, well, I really like this performance, and the judging is 5 to 7. I'm going to give them a 6.99, and then the worst person in your division that just may not. They may just be learning the kata, but they're
Right.
getting out there and
And they're
trying.
probably nervous. If it's their first
If you're
time.
giving this person a 7.99 and you know that they're going to win because everybody else probably gave them the same about score,
Right.
then bump this guy's up a little bit. Give him a 7.65, 7.75.
Yeah.
Make sure you've got an average. Don't be down in the
Stay consistent.
don't be down in the fives.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't be down in the fives.
Yeah, no.
You got an average there. So find yourself an average.
Right.
And I like to keep all my scores close. I write down on my board what I scored. And if this one was a little bit better, they did a little bit thing, they made less mistakes. They were more consistent. And you may not know their kata. That's fine.
Mhm.
But you know martial arts or you wouldn't be judging. So judge on the things that you see that are consistent with each other. For example, if somebody throws a front kick and it's real high one time, and then they throw another front kick and it's real low, that's inconsistency. Well, what if the kata calls it to do that? Well, if most of the katas that calls it to do that does it more than once in the kata. So if you see it happen more than once in the kata, then these two kicks were consistent with each other, and these two kicks were consistent with each other.
Right.
So don't, you know what I'm saying? And don't give them the same. Well, you got to look before you turn. Well, some katas, yes, you do. Some you don't. So don't judge it on consistency. Judge it on their stability. Judge it on when they turn, how stable are they? Are they wobbling?
Balance, right.
Judge it on foot position. If they say that this is a front stance or a seison stance, and then they come up and the feet side by side, well, that's an inconsistency with the second stance. So you know how to judge. Always watch their feet. If stance is not right, nothing else is, and that's right. And so judge them on their feet, but be fair with your scores. You know,
right.
If you start high, and it's okay.
You may work your way down.
You may give a 6.85, 6.92,
right.
but if you stay there, you need to stay there. You need to throughout the whole division.
Right.
You don't need to have a 6.82 and a 5.13.
Yeah.
You don't need that. You need to stay. If you start high, stay high.
Yeah.
Stay consistent with your scoring. You're asking them to stay consistent with their kata. Be fair to them. This tournament isn't about you.
Right.
It's about them demonstrating where they need to improve and what they've learned and how they can defend themselves with their techniques that they're using.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. And that kind of goes to one thing I was going to say too was this goes to the judges, guys. Not letting who you're associated with as far as a patch on your gi determine who wins or who loses, because it's not fair. If I don't care if the student was in our school, if they come that day and they gave their all, score them fairly, and if it wasn't good enough to win, and it just wasn't good enough to win, they got to go home and work on what it was that they were weak on that day.
That's right.
And that's so important. Don't just don't cheat somebody out of a win because of who they're associated with. Some people are just out there trying to learn an art and show you what they know.
Yeah, because nobody's going to remember who won the next day.
Right,
anyway.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
So don't cheat that person out of winning.
Don't cheat that person. That's what he's saying. Don't cheat that person. You could make or break someone in the martial arts world by what you write down on that score.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Judge
You
it
could
fairly.
crush somebody's
Judge it
dream.
fairly, guys. I mean, you're not the one winning. I mean,
with the tournament coming up too, I mean, you don't know. Half of those students that come in, like us, we've been to plenty of tournaments over the years. But half of those students, that might be their very first tournament, so they're definitely going to be nervous.
Yeah, absolutely. And if they feel like they got shafted, they're liable to not come back no more. And you don't want to do that.
And another thing, as a judge, it's your responsibility to control that ring. And what I mean by that is it's your responsibility to make sure that you talk and communicate to the competitors.
Absolutely.
I've been to tournaments before. They won't say nothing to you. They just stare at you and try to intimidate you, stuff like that. You should be friendly. You should be welcoming questions because you're working on your judging skills too.
Absolutely.
Because what if we judge the judges? Think about that. Right. What if we judge the judges?
Right.
Are you friendly? Are you lining them up? Are you taking time? If you do see one, look, I had a little boy one time, and this ain't no joke. As a matter of fact, it was last year. And this little kid was so scared. I mean, he was phenomenal with his kata and his weapons.
Big audience.
But he was standing there just shaking. This child urinated on himself. How embarrassing is that? Yeah. He was so scared. Guess what we done? It's okay. It's okay. Now that you faced your fear, that was his accomplishment for the day.
Yeah.
We gave him a special permission for his mother to go clean him up, bring him back, and still let him do his kata. Still let him do his weapons. Look, let them know that you're their friend. Yes, you already are someone special. You're a judge. You're a judge that not just everybody can do. You're a judge. Be friendly.
These kids are
Be
looking up to you.
nice.
New kids
And
are
help
scared.
these kids.
Scared of judges.
Yeah.
They think judges are the scariest
Even-
monsters and, scarier than the ones under their bed or in their closet. So
Look, I've had
Just,
to get up off the judging board, and a kid was so scared that I told him that I'd walk up there and bow in for him because he was scared. He was so scared he couldn't even remember his own name. You know what I'm saying? And he's been called that for 7 years, so he ought to know his name by now, but he just couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
But now, once we broke the ice, and I said, all right, buddy, I got 1-5 for you now. If you finish this card, I'm gonna give you 2. And after that, man, he was ready to go. He did his thing, and that's all it took. Boy, you can't get him to stop competing now.
I'm still kind of that way, Getting in front of big crowds and stuff, it's intimidating sometimes. It still
tournament,
makes me a
I'm
little
always
nervous
like
getting in
that.
front of big crowds and being able to open up in front of a lot of people. It's just out of my characteristics, really, but it's hard to do. So
Yeah,
So
first tournament of the year, I'm nervous too. But
So I said all that to say this, and we did too, is come to our tournament.
yeah, come check it out.
We're going to treat you fair. I promise you.
Everybody be
And
good.
if it ain't, then I'll ask them to leave the judging board.
Absolutely.
Okay, I can tell you, I've done it for. I'll say, look, I understand you don't feel that way. Well, today is not your day to judge. We'll get somebody that does feel that way
Right.
because
right.
we want to make sure that we run it the way the directors want it ran. They want
Yeah.
these rules, and we're going to enforce those rules,
Absolutely.
whether ours or not. Okay,
Absolutely.
because yeah, I do. I like grabs. I like takedowns. I like continuous sparring. I like fighting on the ground. I love all that.
Right.
But at this tournament, ain't allowed.
Right.
Okay, this is what they wanted. They're the one paying the insurance
Yeah,
for it.
That's what
They're
they're
the
doing.
one paying for the building, and
That's what they're
that's
getting.
what they're gonna get. Okay.
Absolutely.
I'd like to give a quick shout out to Miss Shamblin. Thank you for watching. We're
Yes, ma'am.
excited you're watching
Oh,
tonight.
Miss Chamberlain, how you
Miss
doing?
Shamblin, she's watching.
Hey, look, that's the ones that's putting on the
It's
the
a
traditional-
Normandine. It's
Yeah.
August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
There you go.
That
traditional
lovely
Okinawan
lady
karate.
is doing
Look,
that.
guys, that's gonna be a phenomenal lineup. You guys
All
get
these-
there.
All these things that Miss Rebecca shared with you, go be good instruction at all of them. So
Yeah.
try to attend as many as you can. Good knowledge out there. A lot of knowledge.
Oh, that's a good point that Sensei Watts brought up. So now we want to take this time and we want to do questions and comments. So we want to get to hear from you guys for a little bit. So talk to us, send us some chats. We got one now. Sensei Watts, from a judging perspective, I think that judges should remember what it was like when they were being judged
Yes.
by someone. It's not only what a competitor does on the mat, but what they are able to take away from it when they leave.
That's
That's
a good one.
good.
That's a
A
good
lot of them
one.
forget when they move up the rank. I think they tend to forget, forget that where they come from to know
Yeah.
where you're going.
Let's remember where you
That
come
is
There you
from.
go.
Good one.
It really kind of goes back to that kind of thing.
Yes, sir.
People forget where they come from sometimes.
So here's a chat. I hope you like Grandmaster Axe here.
He's so cute.
Can you guys tell us something? Can you tell us something? We've been trying to figure it out. Is he a chipmunk? Is he a
Chinchilla?
squirrel?
A gerbil,
Chinchilla? What is this guy? But he is awesome.
a hamster. I mean,
A hamster, what is it? If you guys know, please let us know. We thought it was a chipmunk, but we was gonna call him Mr. Whiskers, but he don't have any.
You don't have
I
any.
don't
So-
know whiskers.
We don't know what he is, but I love him. I'm just trying to figure out what
What he is.
species he
He's
is.
so squishy and soft too.
Hey, Tori Owens, how are you?
Hey, Tori.
Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it.
So I don't know if you got to see Radio's coloring book, but Dennis was talking about that. So coloring book, that's right. Where's everybody from? I seen Cherokee was from North Carolina.
Hey, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. It's a
He
Bob.
said
It-
it's a band.
It's a bant squirrel. Chris, my brother says our senpai of our school just commented. He said it's a bant squirrel.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
He's
just
a
got
bant.
no tail.
It's a bant.
That's okay.
Is he telling us to?
He's the old squirrely
Oh,
squirrel.
he's got a little tail.
Chubby. But his name is Grandmaster Axe,
Yeah.
and he can kick some axes like Grandmaster Axe. He says, "Baby." Well,
He's a
hey,
baby.
hey, baby. You call me baby or Grandmaster Axe?
He's talking to
This
him.
is my brother. I can give him a hard time. Look, he's got some great stuff for sale. If y'all go to the flea market, we're selling some stuff this weekend. And synergy. You didn't say synergy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I totally forgot about that. Oh, okay. So July 28th here in Lexington, North Carolina, at the Goose and Monkey Brewery. You can help me. That's a tongue twister. They are having a charity fundraiser for the cancer services of Davison County, North Carolina, which is where we're at,
Please
Davison
come out
County. There's a synergy. I keep on calling synergy, but a synergized business mission. They are helping to put on that event, and Team Kia is going to be doing a live demo there. I believe our slot will be about 6:30 p.m. on July 28th. If anybody is around the Lexington, North Carolina area on July 28th, stop by about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because we're going to be setting up. It could be a meet and greet. Hey, you can come by, grab some flyers or business cards from us. Come and get 2 weeks free classes with us if you have not, if you're not a regular student of ours. But yeah, we're going to be doing a live demo. We're going to have some of our underbelts doing it, as well as some of the black belts. High range. It's going to be exciting.
Do it to it.
Good cause, guys. For
Yes,
cancer.
very good call.
And that's important to me because my wife and my mother both are gone now. Actually, be a year this coming Saturday that my mom's gonna be gone. So my uncle died of cancer both last year, actually.
Yeah.
So guys, definitely come on out. It's an important cause.
Absolutely.
Definitely one dear to my heart.
Donate. They're going to have a car show. They're going to have vendors.
But
That's all right, bro. Hey, we're gonna have a shoe drive too. So if you have some shoes you want
Yes.
to give away, we'll have a box here at the dojo. You
Yes.
can drop those shoes in. We're gonna give them away. Now, Chris said he is just a bant squirrel. Baby squirrel is what he meant to say.
Yeah, he's a
Chip,
baby.
baby.
Chip,
The chipmunk, which is our big chipmunk at our school. This is his baby, Mr. Grandmaster Axe.
Oh.
Got it. So he's a chipmunk now. It's official. This is Grandmaster Axe, and it is Chip's
Chip
baby.
sent him to
So,
church.
Senpai, send your child support check to.
I like that.
Tell Chip to pay his child support.
Yeah.
because Grandmaster Axe has got to have some karate shoes,
Yeah.
some gloves.
We're starving. Get you too.
He's not. He's not starving at all.
Listen, guys, thank you for tuning in. Send us some comments and
Absolutely.
questions. So we love to.
If we don't answer them today, we'll get to them.
Yeah.
In time.
But
We will be having class Thursday from 6:30 to 8 p.m. So
Tomorrow
if anybody is not students, come on over to the skating rink
Check
here
it
at the
out.
Axhole.
and it's Throwdown Thursday.
Yeah. Brian, you don't
Right,
make
Brian, you got to check.
You know what?
He said you would need to
Yeah.
check.
That's
This
actually
guy
very,
eats, man, I'm
that
telling
is very true.
We're accepting new students, kids, teenagers, adults, male, female. Come on.
you. All right,
We need some more girls in here. Come on.
we're getting ready to go, guys. Thank you so much for
See
tuning
y'all.
in.
Thank
One
you for
last
tuning in.
shout out. Circle of Masters,
September 14th, Anderson.
Anderson, South Carolina. Listen, Grandmaster Scott Shamblin's gonna be teaching there. He's gonna-
Yes, Mr. Shamblin.
All right, guys. We'll
See
see
y'all
you.
later on.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Baby.
Right. We'll get here in a second.
Okay, bye. See you.